Hey guys, Leah the artist here. You want to see how I wire the back of my canvas so I can achieve a nice clean hang up? Mm-hmm. Stay tuned. This is going to be a detailed tutorial about how to wire the back of your canvas. Hey guys, it's Leah the artist back again with another video. And today I'm going to be showing you how to wire the back of your canvas. Wiring the back of your canvas basically is good because it makes it easier to hang up. If you sell the piece or if you just want to hang it up in your house, you can do it without trying to balance it on a nail with just the wood in the back of the canvas. So some of the things that you're going to need is hooks in that small clear container that I got. Those hooks, it's 100 of them, and I got it from Amazon. You're going to need some wire cutters, B7000 glue, and a hammer if you don't have a tiny screwdriver. Alright, so I'm just checking out my canvas here. It's got a few things on it, but I can fix that later. So we're going to measure where we want the screws. I want them to sit a little bit at the top, not too far in the middle because it is a smaller piece. And I also use the staples in the back of the canvas to measure where I want them to sit. So I went 2 staples down on both sides, and we're going to add our B7000 glue. I'm adding the glue because it holds the hooks in place while I hammer them in. Okay, so that's what we're doing here first. We're going to go ahead and use these tweezers to pick them up because, of course, I have long and unfunctionable nails, but they're pretty. The sacrifices we make for pretty nails. So right here, I am adding the hook on to the back of the canvas, and it's going to sit right on top of that B7000 glue. Using these daggone tweezers. That hook just did not want to unfold. Oh my gosh. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and place it there as well. And as you can see, if you eyeball it, they're actually pretty even. It's a little skill that you learn as an artist, is to eyeball things. So I'm applying some pressure onto the hook to make sure it is sitting in that glue, like it's saturated, because it's going to hold it in place for me. It just makes it a lot easier for me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my blow dryer just to kind of speed up that process. I put it on the cool setting. I just want to dry that glue up a little bit more. It's my special art blow dryer. I also use this blow dryer for everything except for my hair. I don't apply heat to my hair, but that's just another story. And we're getting those dried up, and I think I feel comfortable enough that the glue is dry enough. So I'm going to add a little bit more pressure just to make sure these hooks are stuck into place. And I just find random objects to apply pressure because I don't want glue on my hands. So now we are in the hook container, which I kind of did a little bit off camera because I didn't realize I wasn't in frame. There we go, girl, get in frame. Okay, so we're pulling out those little bitty teeny tiny screws that I cannot get with these nails. Honestly, y'all, I didn't know screwdrivers are, I don't know, they're so tiny, they look like eyeglass screws almost. So I do not own a screwdriver that's going to fit those. So I'm going to take my wire cutters to make things a lot easier for me because the screw is so small, and I place it in between the wire cutters just so I can hold it sturdy, because we're about to hammer this screw in here, and I'm not going to bang my fingers. I'm not going to do that. So yeah, let's go ahead and get the hammer and that screw on in there. Once I feel like I've hammered it in enough and it's settled, I just drop those wire cutters and bang that screw in. And the way I'm banging The way I banged the screw into the canvas, the purpose of the glue was to make sure that hook doesn't move. Because if you don't use the glue, that hook is going to be bouncing and sliding all over the place while you're trying to hammer the nail into the space. And of course, those hooks do come with an opening in the back of them to show you exactly where that screw belongs. So now we just hammer the other side. It's all settled in. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our beautiful gold wire and we're gonna pull some off. I kind of measure it up a little bit to see what kind of length I want to make it, but I also pull it out a little bit stronger because there's a slit inside of there that saves your spot from the last time you used it. So I wanted to make sure that was in there. And I just go in with my wire cutters, snip. The wire cutters are very essential. It's a thin piece of wire, but there's no other way to cut them the proper way. It's actually a pretty sturdy thin piece of wire. So we're gonna go inside of that hook, place the wire there, and I just want to make sure I get a certain length, because what you don't want is for that wire to be too long. And if it's too long, what'll happen is that it's gonna come above the canvas. So when you go to hang it up, you're gonna see that nail or whatever it is that you use to hang it up with, you're gonna still see that poking from the top part of the canvas, and we don't want that. We want an invisible hang. So we want to be able to hang the canvas on the wall without any exposed wires or nails or whatever it is that you use to put it in the wall. We don't want that. We don't want to see that. So you have to measure the wire to an appropriate size. Once we've got that wire measured, I basically take it and then wrap it around itself just to make it a little bit more sturdier. But you do want to get that as tight as possible, because depending on the weight of the canvas, if you don't wrap that wire tight enough, it'll start to pull, and it's going to stretch the wire a little bit. So make sure when you're wrapping the wire around itself, wrap it as tight as possible. So now here we are checking the sturdiness of the wire, making sure it's in there nice and tight. We're also checking to make sure that wire does not come above the canvas, okay? And everything looks pretty good. That's how you wire a canvas. I'm going to show you right now what it looks like being hung up. I want to say thank you guys for watching my video. I hope this was helpful. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos. Thank you guys. Bye.